Alrighty, so what's the difference between B2B and B2C? Obviously, it's to whom you are selling. So one is called business to business, whereas one is business to customer. So with the one you have both of them are human to human because even businesses obviously we do interact mainly with human beings and not yet with robotics, etc. So you always have like the human part in it. However, you have like different decision makers or like steps along the process. So if you do business to customer, like the classical sales, like for example in retail, if you are selling something in a shop, or whether you do something online, or as I do here with Udemy, for example, I do business to customer because I do sell straight to you. So you are the decision maker. You can decide whether you want to enroll in this course, whether you want to buy this course, you want to purchase it, and you usually have the opportunity to buy and to be responsible for the budget. So the budget you're going to spend, etc. So this is like your kind of resources, etc. If you have a business to business kind of approach, it's slightly different because obviously you have a business, someone selling on this side, and you have then someone buying it from you. However, this person is not buying as a private person, like a private entity, but rather as a part of a member of a business family. So someone is purchasing something either as an entrepreneur, as a business director, as an employee, etc. So the purpose is not really anymore like for their own consumption, but rather for the whole business to use. So this just this is just the reason why therefore you have like usually longer like sales processes. So B2C, like business to customer, tends to be way quicker. So for example, if you go into the shop and want to buy a new pair of earrings or whatever it might be, you just go into the shop, make up your mind if there's any pair of earrings you like, whether you can afford them, and then you're gonna buy them. And then these pair of earrings, it's yours. So whether you have on the opposite side, if you sell, for example, a trainings program, you're going to sell it to a company. So therefore, you are the person selling this product. You might be also the one who has created the product, but let's just stick with this case. So someone has created a trainings course and someone else is going to deliver it, and you're the person selling this solution. So there's like already 3 people involved for the same product, and then you go to the customer. And the customer would not be a private person, but rather a business who wants to train their employees. So you then would be, as a salesperson, would someone give a call, or give someone a call, or drop them an email, or however you're going to do it. And then this person might have a need and is interested in your product. However, this person then might not be the person who can also decide whether they have enough budget, or whether they actually are allowed to get new suppliers on board, etc. So the process is like from people who are talking and interacting with each other, it's just way longer than you usually would have with B2C. Therefore, the customers you are working with are different than they are in the B2C process. So whether you buy something for a friend or whatever, it's quite a quick process because usually the person who is buying is also the person who is allowed to spend the money. Whereby in B2B, so business to business, you might have a gatekeeper, someone who tries to not let you talk to the decision maker. So that's a big difference. If you, for example, be the salesperson within a B2C, you might just not have access to the decision maker, not that easily. So this is like the first hurdle you have to overcome nearly at any given time when you try to sell something. Then the second hurdle might be that the decision maker is not the decision maker who is also involved in the process of using the product. So he might be the decision maker for like budget or whatever, but he might not be the decision maker who is a subject matter expert on whether to say, yeah, that's a good product, that's a good fit for our portfolio or not. So again, you might have another person getting involved. So it's quite a long process. And then there's also the third part where you need to get like a whole lot of like framework up with like, it might be like legal papers, contracts, terms and conditions, etc. So the whole process tends to be like way longer. By the way, in this course, we are not anyhow looking at the legal side of sales. So we are not looking into contracts, etc. You usually would have this being provided from your own company you are working for. So they usually tell you what you have to send with an offer, or whether you have sent something out with if you just pitch your offer, or whether you send out a catalog, etc., or where you need to get the signature and these kind of stuff. So this is not part of this course. It's really just about how to sell and how to do the technical bits, as well as the mindset for a salesperson. Yeah, but I mean, back to B2B and B2C. So just to sum it up and finish on this video. So if you do like business to customer as well as business to business, the main difference is, first of all, the duration of the sales process. So B2C tends to be way quicker than it's B2B. And the second bit is that the people who are involved are different. So you would have, although everything is human interaction, you would have, with a B2C in general, one decision maker who is purchasing, and most of the times also the user of the product or service. While by the B2B, you might have like a couple of people involved. You might have to talk to different people, you might have different decision makers, you might have gatekeepers, etc. But both of it, it's fun. So if you are a person who likes to sell, I did both in my corporate life, I guess you can say. And well, I actually really like both. I enjoy both. It's way different from like the kind of approach, and also a bit of like the business manners. Obviously, like B2B is always a bit more businessy than it's B2C, but yeah, both of it can be loads of fun, and I hope within this course you will discover the fun, and you feel afterwards ready to get started and close loads of sales and build very long-lasting relationships, and yeah, just be the best salesperson you can, while being the most honorable. I just want to say on this point, this course absolutely does support people who are ethical salespeople. So I love doing sales, I love being a salesperson, I love closing deals, totally. I even work part-time in a shop and do on the weekend. Well, I run my business during the week, but also work weekends where I sell jewellery, fine jewellery, etc. So I'm really a salesperson, like 100%, and I love closing a deal. However, I'm not a hard seller. I'm not one of these salespeople who try to push people into sales, etc. So this course is absolutely for people who want to do like ethical sales, who want to do like honest sales, who want to help solving problems. So yeah, whatever we are going through, it's meant to do good and not do any harm, and try to manipulate people or try to influence people in bad ways to buy stuff from you. So if you are looking for something like this, then this course might not be the right one for you. But for everyone else, yeah, I mean, I hope really you just get a loads of information, and also use the chance to form and adapt the course kind of to your needs. So to really customize it to make it perfect for your product and your service you're selling. And I'm very happy that you're here.